when he is like making the big speech, he like you can see him spill a lot of his drink on a Frank.
On Frank, yeah.
And then Frank like looks down, and then it just cuts to another shot where he's not looking up.
They used the cut.
Oh, I will at the professor.
Yeah, like, I'm saying that to a cop. He's gonna get arrested.
Yeah, but I'm a known mobster. First appearance: Incredible Hulk, number 403, March 1993. Real name unrevealed. This is real name.
Welcome back to Cape Critiquers. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a like underneath this video. It really helps with how it performs in YouTube's algorithm. Today we're going to be talking about Punisher 2004 with Thomas Jane.
It was a little bit of a punishment to watch it.
Yeah, especially because it opens up with our favorite character in the movie,
Mickey. Yeah.
And one of Howard Saint's sons.
Yeah.
So, and then Punisher has a giant cigarette.
Oh my god.
What
Yeah.
was with that?
I don't know. It's like a fucking pencil.
Mom used to smoke cigarettes like that. They're like Capri 120s or something.
It was like out to here.
Yeah. That was just bizarre.
Blonde too.
Yeah, he was blonde, but then that's the other odd thing. The actor is really blonde, and you could really tell that it was just a bad dye job on his hair.
I mean, the blonde hair didn't look good though either.
No, it didn't.
It didn't look like his real hair.
Yeah, I guess they had makeup budget
Or
problems.
they like bleached it or something.
Yeah.
You know. But other than that, yeah, it was off to a solid start.
I don't. It's weird though that they like. I don't know, because I've not read like a ton of Punisher comics, so I don't know if he ever was a part of the police. I don't think so.
They say FBI agent, undercover FBI.
Yeah, he was like undercover,
Yeah.
which I don't think he's ever done.
I feel like the way that they even got the first Howard Saint child to die was just like convoluted.
I don't even remember.
He like just was waving his gun around after Frank did it.
And screaming, like, no, this is a mistake or something like that.
Yeah.
Also, just like funny that they did that on his first job.
Like, why?
Mickey got him.
Yeah.
To do it.
Like, why would he? I'm so confused. Like, on what even, like, why Mickey was there?
Yeah.
He
Because
set it up.
they like alluded to him being like a drug dealer, but then he like wanted more money. But then like from there on out, he just seemed like a very important figure within like the family,
Yeah.
the Saint like mob family.
And why wasn't he just whacked?
I know, right?
After that whole thing?
Well, yeah,
he was obviously responsible.
yeah, and like he was doing something underneath the noses of like the boss, and then he got like a promotion, basically became like his assistant.
Yeah, like from him like getting tortured essentially by Howard Saint's guys, you would not guess that he was like the top like not I mean like he's not the top guy, but he's like the top like I don't know what would we even call that?
Did he get tortured by the Saint guys?
I mean, he got like
Punisher?
beat up a little bit.
I feel like Punisher didn't even like. We'll get into that, I guess, though.
But like I'm talking about when he had like Howard Saint brought his guys and
Yeah.
like just shit talking him.
Yeah, so you're saying like
and he got beat up a little bit.
he became like I don't even know. Like,
well, I'm not even saying he became
I don't
like
think he was made, but you know, okay. So he was a car attendant at the parking lot at the hotel or wherever he was.
but like
their club.
Also,
Saints and Sinners was the club.
yeah, but like like also that like he
Yeah.
was a car guy, but also a drug dealer, and then like tried to go above and beyond that level.
And then a go for Mr. Saint.
Yeah, but then like he was also just like had Mr. Saint's ear whenever he needed it.
It's like
Bizarre.
this was supposed to be an animated movie or something, and he is like the actor for like a bunch of like random roles, but like they just made it an actual character.
Yeah,
that does all of them. It's weird.
Yeah, his character is extremely confusing, and also like I don't know if he does this in every movie or why he was directed to sound like this in this movie, but he's just like, "Oh, Mr. Punisher," the whole time, and it's just so like I don't even like it doesn't fit at all in the movie.
The whole movie overall, I mean, it just had some lazy writing, I think, you know.
Yeah.
They just came up with lazy ideas to close loopholes in the writing, and I guess he was needed to fill a role like that.
The weird,
Somebody to get close to him,
unnecessary
or to
like
Mr.
comedic
Saint or
voice
something.
though. I kept bringing up like this mob family, like they're not the Italian mob, they're not the Irish mob, they're just like the American.
And he's a money cleaner.
Diverse-
That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's a money cleaner. That's all he does. And
But-
he's got this vast network of people working for him, like he's the top mobster in the world. I
Yeah,
didn't
and he
understand
and
that
like
whole
the
story.
two actual mob guys, like
But
Cuban-
they're not,
the
but
Cuban-
they're from South America or Cuba.
yeah,
They're from Cuba.
and he just like they could have just killed him, and then he was like,
Exactly.
"You guys won't do that to me."
There's also a part of the movie where they call, Havana Little Cuba.
No, there's Little Cuba in,
No, Miami.
in Miami.
Yeah.
There's an area called Little Cuba.
But it's
I've been there.
I don't think it's called.
Yes,
hold on.
there's an area in Miami called Little Cuba.
Yeah,
It's called Little Havana, I think.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it is Little Havana.
and they called it Little Cuba.
Yeah.
They
funny.
did in the movie.
That's
Maybe
what I
they
meant.
had rights or something. They couldn't say something. Who knows? I mean, I had a friend growing
know. I
up
don't
who
see
used to
why.
play Batman and Robin, but he was afraid that we were going to get in trouble with copyrights, so he used to call it Man Bat.
The fuck he talking about?
That's a true story.
What do you mean? He used to play
I-
Batman.
He used to play Batman and Robin when we were younger, and stuff. But I had
And
a
your
friend that
fucking
was like,
childhood
I guess
friend?
his father was a lawyer or something. He was afraid of copyright infringement, so he used to call it Man Bat.
from from
They're like little kids, like, what the hell, you know, Batman and Robin?
Do you think it was just fucking with you?
Man Bat.
fuck. Oh my god.
And
There,
Little
there
Dove.
is a what?
Man Bat and Little Dove. I don't know.
Oh.
There is a character, Man Bat.
Frank Castle hides his identity and goes to live in Cuba. Or no,
No,
it's Puerto
Puerto
Rico.
Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was no cops anywhere in the entire country, I guess.
I guess not
There
until
was no
after.
other people there except for that.
It was his
Voodoo
family, yeah, and then the fucking one guy on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voodoo man with the odd head.
His head was insane. I didn't notice it until he was standing at the beach, like, afterwards, and his
know.
fucking head was like the...
In all honesty, the most entertaining part of the movie for me were the two comedians who were his neighbors when he moved into the blown out building.
John Panette was
Jean
one.
Panette, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just hilarious. But you look at the guy, and they actually played on his strong suit. You know, he was
Mhm.
always cooking, or always eating, or always speaking of food, or something
Yeah.
to that effect. And I mean, he's a terrible actor, but at least he was a little fun relief.
I mean,
in
he
the
was, like,
movie.
kind of fine in this role, I guess. I almost, like, don't... I don't necessarily, like, know why they were there, though.
I don't either. I guess they needed something to fill
Yeah.
the parts when he was at home, and he had to have something to do.
I feel like every live action adaptation of The Punisher, like the thing they get wrong, and me and Jack were talking about this the other day, is like the idea that like Punisher would like give a shit to protect people necessarily.
Exactly.
Or like
But I guess he does this whole thing overall to protect people.
but like in the comics it's like let's say like those three people got hurt
Mm-hmm.
because of his actions, like he would not care, you know? He's just a killing machine.
I like.
He's not emotional really.
He wouldn't really like attempt to make any connection to them
Yeah.
either.
And that's the thing that like every Punisher gets, especially even the show. Like as much as I like the John Bernthal show,
But in the show, he's a brutal killer. I mean, he
but like
goes in
he's
and-
so emotional in the show.
he definitely has that part.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
I don't mind.
colors and everything
I
else.
don't like hate it, and I like John Bernthal a lot as an actor, and I like him as the Punisher.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's not very accurate.
Well, that's the other thing. Is this canon to the comics that his entire family was killed?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it was only like his like direct family. It wasn't his extended
Oh,
family
yeah,
and
well,
like
not-
friends.
not-
that
yeah,
he
yeah.
killed.
not like his fucking mom, dad, aunts, and uncles and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, no.
I don't
And
think
his
his
kids and everything
fucking
else. I mean,
parents were
those-
probably
like his
dead in the comics.
nephew. Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
form.
it's just Punisher's like wife and kids.
Which I think actually
That's
like
what I thought.
kind of is just like worse in a weird way.
What?
Like I feel like it makes less sense that it isn't just his like direct family, you know?
Yeah. Also, like, why are they all just on this island in Puerto Rico?
That was a family reunion. But I don't know it looked like it was the father's house because he had personal items there.
Yeah,
guns
he
and
had the
everything else.
guns. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was definitely his personal house in the islands, and you almost got the feeling that he was also retired FBI
Maybe.
because they were talking about his time in when they were talking about the guns.
I could see that. Yeah. I said it while we were watching, but like I just wish they had never mentioned the guns and only showed them. It just would have been so much better. It's like, oh, you're cult, 1948.
It doesn't even like matter that they're like no, they weren't 1948. They were 1910.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking modified gun for some
Yeah.
reason.
I don't know.
Because you have to give an explanation of why he uses the guns and why they're so good guns.
Just can't. Yeah, you can't just be Punisher, I guess. I don't know.
Um,
Something we're just kind of like glossing over is that he was fucking killed point blank in this movie, like 3 different
He was
times.
definitely he was shot right in the chest.
Yeah, point blank.
Yeah.
And then blown up.
And then thrown and then blown into the water.
Yeah.
And then he floated and he was found.
But like took multiple bullets and
Oh,
then was
definitely.
shot in the chest.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that Punisher just like can survive bullets, but I feel like it's never explained and it's like not talked about.
But after the trauma of witnessing his entire family being murdered,
Yeah.
and then finding his wife, and it was a son in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was a daughter in the other in the shows.
I think it's got both in the
Yeah,
shows.
both in the shows, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, all kinds of. I'm not sure what to believe. It
I think we should talk about the like kind of
Production
awesome
value?
fucking chase scene.
Yeah, the chase scene was good.
Yeah,
Because that seemed like ultra practical.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Even like you pointed out the air pump thing underneath
Yeah,
the
but
car.
the boat on the back was actually a pretty cool add-on.
Yeah.
to it. I mean,
We
I
were actually
saw
talking
the
about
add-on.
that.
I told AJ that's a good like subversion of just like a boring chase
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
On an island where nobody else is. Apparently, not one cop.
Yeah, that was what was
You know?
weird about it.
Yeah.
It's not a
And
single.
then they pulled up to it. I don't know if it was a beach house, but it almost looked like it was a bar restaurant on the beach, and it was locked tight in
Yeah.
a drum. I don't know. Is it the off season? I don't know. There
I
wasn't
have- yeah.
anybody there.
I have no clue.
Nobody. I mean, there was a racket going on. These guys are driving on docks, running down people, blowing
Oh,
things
them
up.
driving on the dock was insane.
Yeah, one of the like when they were leaving, it was just a mirrored shot.
They were
Yeah.
like a lynch mob back in the '60s or something. I don't know what the hell.
But they like drive all the way down, and then it's like there's 2 exits off the dock that go straight into the water. It's like, how did you even turn
And they
around?
turned around.
And then when they like burn the like dock that he's on, that Frank's on, they use diesel gas, which wouldn't light up.
Doesn't ignite
That's
like
funny,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
my God.
diesel burns differently.
Yeah. It's weird that they had like a handful of like actual characters from the comics in the movie. They had Harry Heck, the Russian.
And they're all from the like same comic book.
Yeah.
I like Harry Heck's song.
Harry Heck was pretty cool. I like that they turned him into a almost like a mariachi.
Yeah, I feel like that probably was a like tribute or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think they like said that it was
Mm.
somewhere.
When Frank's father is like making a speech.
Frank's father, Roy Schneider, by the way, a great character
Yeah.
actor over the
Yeah.
years.
By the way, they were like him and the director were like friends or like neighbors, and that's how they.
Gotcha. That's
met.
how
Oh,
he got to
wow.
do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering how he got into this film because he really, over the years, was a great actor.
When he is like making the big speech, he like you can see him
Spills.
spill
Yeah.
a lot of his drink on a Frank.
On Frank, yeah.
And then Frank like looks down and then
Like,
just
what? Is this
cuts
be
to
a
another
cut?
shot
But they
where he's
used
not
it.
looking up.
They
Yeah.
used the cut.
Yeah.
He was on a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some of the best acting in the whole movie. It's
Yeah,
that one
it
scene.
really was. It really was.
Well, no, I think they like had to, cause like he's looking up in the next shot, and the
Mhm.
speech just continues as if he didn't like miss a beat.
Mhm.
So the son picks up a dead horseshoe crab off the beach. The mom comes over and says, "You found a stingray."
Yeah, I know. What a stingray. I knew that right
What are you
away. Like,
talking
what's
about?
that all about?
Yeah.
A stingray. And they left it in. I don't understand that.
Also, like, weird thing about this movie is like the whole point of Frank's family dying is like he never got to spend time with them because he was in the army, you know. But like if you're like an undercover agent like that,
He was military at one point, and then he was in the FBI, and he was always undercover and always away. And they always moved.
I feel like that's not real though. Like I don't think that's how that works.
And it's just done. And I know last time we moved, you said it would be the last time.
Yeah, so like they're moving with him.
Yeah. Oh, his immediate family is, but not everybody
Well,
else.
yeah, but still, like the whole point of Punisher is that like he
Mhm.
never got to see his family, and then he comes home and they all die.
Ain't that a bitch?
When Frank goes back to the house, like they would not have had the guns still there. It would have been like
Yeah, well,
evidence or
that's-
something.
Yeah, that was just odd. Also, everything was, closed up, sealed up, and everything, and then he finds stuff in there. Like it would have been looted anyway,
Mhm.
or
They would have
somebody
taken
who
it.
was the authorities would have taken it all, or something to that effect. If there's ever cops on that island.
I don't know. The only
You
thing
know.
that ever happened there was they
Yeah.
put up like a do not cross.
Yeah, and I thought that some of the windows were boarded up.
Yeah.
But then there was a door that he could just access and walk straight into. So I don't understand that either. But like I said, the production value was very low on this, and somebody they just took these easy way out. And
The writing
What-
production wasn't.
was his
better
other
anyway.
neighbor on the other side, John Travolta? I mean, he got Roy Schneider. How did he get John Travolta in this movie?
I don't know.
Like I said, there was that span of Travolta's career where he just any mob role.
I guess maybe he was trying to, become a mobster or something.
Well, I
Trying to
think
work up to something else.
around like that, you're like coming off of like all the mob movies, like winning awards,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Jack kind of mentioned that he's had like a Bradley Cooper-ish career where he just like wants to win an Oscar. So
Yeah, I mean, he's done everything from musicals and everything else. So, but I mean, he did play John Gotti. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what he's like in
I
it.
believe it is supposed to be horrible.
yeah, I've heard that as well.
Sorry, John, I've always liked you, but
Why?
you're not a good mobster.
And after what seems like weeks of
Had to be months.
They
Probably,
said
yeah.
months.
because his beard is like
so weird.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but they
Still,
said it was months.
still a crime scene with the same
I know,
cape up, I
exactly.
guess.
Yeah,
Well, it actually makes no sense then.
yeah, because like Frank comes back with like caveman look,
Mm-hmm.
wearing the same clothes that he
Yeah,
left
same
him.
exact clothes.
After being saved by boat guy.
Mm-hmm.
Both got
I forget
big head.
the boat guy's name.
That
with
is
the
so.
huge head.
That just like makes it so much more insane that the guns are still there.
Like, where did they go?
Yeah.
And the guns were used.
When?
They used the guns in the assault,
Oh yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
but then they were back in the case.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
Yeah.
That's stupid.
And not for nothing, I guess that was his little office room that was separated from the house. That thing was shot at.
Is it directly after that he goes to the like apartment with fucking
Mhm.
Bumpo and all those people?
Bumpo. I forgot
That was his name, right?
Bumpo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he rebuilt the engine in his
See
living
his
room.
character.
What engine?
The engine to his car.
Oh,
And then he put all the stuff on the car.
fucking forgettable.
Yeah.
Built an elevator in his house too.
No, that was probably already there. I don't think he built
Why?
that, but I think that was there because I think that apartment was converted probably from
Oh
some
shit!
shop or something.
Fucking in the comics, guess Bumpo is 6'5" and fucking 1,200 pounds.
What the fuck?
Wow. So there really is a Bumpo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the character.
He lives in the same apartment as Punisher during the war against the Nucci crime family.
This is the comic where the Russian is, and the.
They fucking used Bumpo's body to suffocate the Russian to death.
It's funny. Well, yeah, it was supposed to be like a more comedic take on Punisher.
So that actually explains how
1,200 pounds
yeah, I
Bumpo
mean,
is supposed to be.
but that's his name.
Something like that,
So
yeah.
that's how they explain how he got in the movie because he was actually a heavy set and pretty prominent comedian back in the time.
Yeah. It also said that Punisher left him a portion of the Nucci's money.
Hmm.
It's like that's from the comics. And then it said Bumpo saw it as a way to buy more pizza. So I don't know if the other two are from the comics, but
I know the
Bumpo-
I think they both are, but I know that the like fucking piercing guy is,
yeah,
and it's a lot more extreme in the comics.
ripping out the piercings or something.
No, like the piercings all over his face.
Oh.
Yeah.
I figured it had to be. I mean, they wouldn't just put a character like that in there. But one of the most entertaining parts of the movie, in all honesty, was, and the music was perfect for it.
Oh,
The fight
the best
scene with the
scene.
Russian.
Yeah, it's the best scene in the
Yeah,
whole movie.
it was pretty well choreographed, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
The Russian was just insane and just over the top. stupidity.
WWF wrestler
Yeah.
Kevin Nash
Mhm.
played the Russian.
I saw something where
But it's just so over the top and
He-
stupid. It was perfect.
like explained like he had to get a haircut for the role, and
The
because,
Russian?
yeah, because he was in WWF or
Mhm.
whatever it was.
He might have been.
Um,
I think he was both.
he had to like explain why he got a haircut by like he made a bet with another wrestler.
That's funny.
Yeah, it has kind of gone out of my mind already.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like it a lot actually. It's like I don't know. It's just very good. Like he booby traps the whole house with like the grenade underneath the sink, and he has the automatic closing door from the button, and he has like even that trapdoor area too, which they explore later. But then he has like the sliding out gun thing.
Yep, nothing worked.
Yeah.
The Russian was just too fast and too
Oh.
strong.
So I guess you actually knew about this, but when he stabs the Russian,
Mhm.
he actually fucking stabbed him.
In real
Yes,
Yeah.
because the production manager left a real knife on the set by accident.
life. Jeez, and he kept going.
Yeah, which is insane. Like he just kept going after being stabbed. So
And there was that scene he pulled it out slowly with Frank's hand up.
yeah, which
Well,
is just
I wonder if that was the cut that they
take,
used.
yeah. maybe yeah. I probably looked the best.
I would have to look that up. I wish I had known that prior. I want to read about that.
Yeah, I love when he goes to use the grenade, he throws it out of the door.
And then
And he
see,
closes
bing!
it, and then just baseball bats it
Yeah,
right
that's what-
in
that's
there,
what
and the whole
makes
fucking
Good
apartment
thing for
explodes.
the lead tub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just absolutely love like smashing through all the walls
Yeah.
with this fight. It's so great.
I liked the shot where it was like window to window,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like cooking something, and the piercing guy just like never looked until he was gone.
Yeah,
It is like a good like kind of reverse Home Alone taxi
Mhm.
driver type thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it is kind of like if you combined Home Alone and Taxi Driver. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I just liked it a lot. It's the like most well choreographed and planned out thing in the whole movie. So
And out of everything else that they put around it, it was, I don't know. Maybe you could just use that scene somewhere else.
I don't know. Yeah, but I also like love when he smashes the gun with the weight. And he looks at it. It's
And he's
bent.
looking at it like, what the hell am I going to do with this now?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And then he gets. I'd say the worst part of it is when he's hitting his head with the fridge
Mhm.
because he's just like not really trying.
Mm.
But yeah, and then they smash out of the wall. They smash into the neighbor's apartment, and then he puts boiling water onto the Russian's face, and then
That blistered up fast.
yeah, they fall down the steps. The Russian's head's on backwards, and then Frank gets up and he's like, "I'm fine." He's not.
He's
and
not.
then collapses backwards.
And then similar to the stabbing, but when he's getting stitched up, they like way over the lady who was stitching him up, way over blue the like fake skin and like went to his actual skin.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
and
What
gave
the
him actual
fuck?
stitches.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That is true. Someone got fired after that movie, like for sure.
Then after that whole scene with the Russian, Frank and the girl are hiding on the floor,
Yeah.
and Mr. Saint's goons show up.
Mr. Saint.
Yes, and okay, so they pull out the guy's piercings and all that stuff, but they walk away and leave these guys there alive. I mean, would they really leave them living?
Probably not. No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of sympathy and mercy
Yeah.
for this mobster gang.
Yeah. This
you
like
know?
ruthless mobster gang of money cleaners.
Yeah.
The American mob money cleaners.
Speaking of money cleaning, though, when just like stupid scene where they like free all the money.
Yeah.
And smashes through
Out the window.
Yeah, puts it through the window. Into the
That
streets.
glass cutter would not have worked on the type of glass they
No.
use for buildings either.
Never does, but they always do.
Yeah,
this.
it's always in heist movies too. He goes downstairs then too, and who does he encounter? Just two like and that's like I forgot. Is everybody in this mob also is like 100. It's the oldest mob in fucking history.
That's what I'm saying. So just from cleaning money, he's able to have that many people on a payroll.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 Cubans come in from out of town, and they're supposed to be feared, but he's got over 100 men.
Yeah. And then
all
he's like,
this money.
he tells
how
them,
much money do they have that he's just making money on cleaning?
yeah. I like how he tells them also at one point, he's like, we got more guns than you. And then the guy comes, he's like, by the way, we don't have more guns. Like, okay. Yeah. I don't know. Like, even like when Frank's family's getting killed, they're getting killed by like senior citizens.
Yeah. With some heavy firepower.
Yeah.
I mean, where is this all coming from?
The money
Who's
cleaning
funding
business and the club, I guess. I don't know.
Well, maybe it is Sinners and Saints or Saints and Sinners.
But like the main mob is like 5 people,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
including one of the big guy's fucking sons.
Yeah.
So I guess he
And
was
like
right.
old men.
Yeah, they don't have enough guns. When Frank did the explosion at the Bank of America, it wasn't like properly televised or like publicized that they were gonna do that, and people thought like there was an actual terrorist attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I fucking
They
get
were
this
calling
movie
it
is a
a
That's what I'm
disaster.
saying. It's very low production value. I mean, they didn't put money into anything.
People just like thought that there was a bombing. That's
I
insane.
mean, I'd like to know how much money they paid Travolta in this, because it had to be a third, maybe a quarter only,
Maybe.
of the fund of what this movie had.
Yeah. I guess like Frank doesn't get over the bridge, and then he rolls down the metal protection thing. He's getting shot at with the knife. That part was so stupid.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Because I don't even know. You fucking
I feel like you
knew
would've
that it was
seen
coming
the
though.
thing.
You remembered it.
I feel like you would have seen the knife in the holster. Too,
Yeah.
but you couldn't.
But Frank got a nice car out of the deal. But
Yeah.
again, how do you get away with that? The guy who owns the car is murdered by a bridge.
Mhm.
You're driving his car. Somebody's got to be looking for this.
Yeah, and his car is
And his
not
car's
like
there.
blown up. It's kind of just there, rolled over.
Yeah, but maybe it's not registered. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
And then after this is when he starts like manipulating Howard Saint into killing his wife and
Mhm.
best friend.
You know what I do like about this movie? It kind of like does something that even like the Netflix shows don't do, and like the MCU doesn't do. But like, I feel like there's a problem where like these studios at this point are like, they just like don't treat these characters like they're fucking comic book characters. You know, like I don't really want. They don't have to be the most like grounded, realistic human.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in this movie, just like the insanity of all of it kind of works a little bit, you know? Because like, it's just so like silly that he would set up this whole thing and like with the fire like hydrant thing.
The director said he did that because like he knew a guy that parked illegally for like 2 years.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. So like even like setting up the whole thing of like getting Howard to like lose his mind basically and kill like his own family is so funny. And it just seems like something that would like actually happen in a comic book.
I don't know.
Yeah, the movie had potential. It just
It doesn't seem
didn't
like
go the next yard to finish stories or to work on a real problem in the writing that they had to close loops on.
it's not like a Punisher thing, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it's like it's goofy and funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I don't think Punisher would do that though.
I feel like it's not like Madam Web level, but like this one doesn't really like I feel like it doesn't have as much as a moral to the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It really is, I'd say, kind of just action schlock. Like it definitely falls into that category of movie, whereas like Madam Web is just nothing really.
There was a scene, I think they were up in the club and they had the shootout.
The final scene,
The final that just sort of fell
or
flat.
not the
also
final
for
scene,
me.
but
yeah.
the
right before that.
yeah, because it didn't have like real build up to it.
No,
Because like he's just like 50,000 and then another 50,000 to the guy that kills the Punisher.
Exactly, and then he shows up there.
Yeah,
you
and then
know,
he's there and
ready
he
for it.
fucking rigs everything with bombs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, also just like the bombs that he used would not have like had an explosion like that.
No, they left a fire.
Yeah.
Those are those ones that said.
Well, the ones that he put on the
How?
car.
Thomas,
probably
you're
would've.
killing me. Why are you killing me?
Oh my god.
Stats is
The ones that he put on the car probably would have because the gasoline in the
Yeah.
car.
But he put them
Unless
all
they
on
use
cars.
diesel.
The whole thing, the storyline where the Punisher convinces Mr. Saint that his wife is having an affair with his basically consigliere or number two,
Mm-hmm.
and
Pope.
he sets up this whole story. Number one, by you were mentioning it before, stealing the wife's car, and
Putting it at the hotel,
getting a
making the
ticket at
guy
the
go to the
hotel,
hotel.
calling the guy to the hotel so he, is seen there because he
Blackmailing
knows
him
he's going to
with
be
him being
seen
gay.
there
Yeah.
by Mickey.
The whole just like
And that
Howard
actually
Saint-
wasn't a bad idea. That whole set.
But like,
Howard Saint
why the
not
fuck would the
realizing
Punisher
that
do
his
this?
best friend is gay is like, or just like never checking, or like nobody else figures this out before Frank or the wife. I guess
he's like
It's just,
aggressively
like, so
kissing a man in
absurd.
the outdoors somewhere.
It's just like some random, like what?
Some random other mobster guy.
I guess you're not to be someone.
I don't know where that came from.
yeah.
But again, to me, that's just poor writing. They had to have something.
It's also 2004,
So they
where it's
could
like
say-
ostracize this
I
gay
suppose.
man.
Yeah, but but it had to have a story that was like ironclad. He was gay, you
Yeah.
know, and
It's like soap opera. Yeah.
exactly. He wasn't interested in me. You know?
I guess her acting was.
But then still, he tosses her off a bridge anyway.
Yeah. The scene when he's just talking about to his son. His son's like, "Where's everybody?" He's like, "Oh, he's taking a nap." And then,
Your
Mom's
mom had to
gone.
catch a train.
she caught the train. Fuck off.
At that point, he just became sinister.
Yeah, he was just like out of his mind.
I mean, he really was not convincing at all in any of his role. There was no passion in any of his speaking.
Well,
you know.
I said it to you guys
Travolta.
while we were watching. Like, someone definitely told him to act insane,
Yeah, well,
and that was him trying to act insane. Because like
and it just had no passion to it.
at the morgue place when he's talking to the cop, the cop was like he just like John Travolta's like, maybe you can help me find the people that did it so I can go after them. The cop's like, fucking no, like you
I'm not allowed
you
to
should
do
let the
that.
fucking police handle it, dude. Don't do that.
Professionals handle it.
Yeah.
No, I will let the professionals.
Yeah, like imagine saying that to a cop. He's gonna get arrested.
Yeah, but I'm a known mobster.
Yeah. Well, known money cleaner.
Was he talking to fucking Johnny Weeks, by the way? Was that
Who's Johnny
The cop.
Weeks?
yeah the cop that Frank was like?
Oh,
friends with?
maybe
Yeah,
actually, yeah.
Johnny
I
Weeks.
think
don't
it
think
was.
Johnny was his first name, but fucking Weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was. Something like I've been wanting to say. It's just like funny. Like every movie, like it just like can't be like. It's like hard to make a Punisher movie, I guess, because like he is just like so deadly.
Yeah.
Like you have to make this like almost goofy adaptation of him, where like he has to go through all this rigmarole of like setting things up.
Yeah. And the one thing that I think that the series had over this is Frank's a survivor. I mean, when you watch the TV series of it with
John Bernthal.
John, yeah, you get the feeling that he was like a Green Beret and he knows how to survive and knows how to use stuff to make weapons. And you didn't get that too much out of this movie.
I don't think
Though
you
he
get it
did-
really at all.
he did things like make that room and stuff like and the grenade in the bathroom,
Yeah.
the door, and he did stuff like that. But you didn't.
The Punisher
Overall,
show is
feel it.
just like it's so like veteran oriented.
Exactly. And he's just so much. What he brought to it more also was the depression. I'm alone. But I'm taking vengeance out on every bad motherfucker out there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm gonna do. And you didn't get that in this movie.
Yeah.
He was just gonna get this family. That was it. And then all of a sudden at the end, then you get, okay, now I'm the Punisher.
Yeah.
But-
I like in the show how it's like everything just like goes so much deeper, and it's like
because he was a snapped man,
yeah.
and you felt that.
There's
every
like
time he
always
was there.
another guy to kill.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like
And
somehow part
even
of
when
this.
the Daredevil came to him, he didn't care. You're just in my way. I'm
That's
gonna
why
take you out.
Season 2 sucks because
Yeah.
they wrap it up at season
Yeah.
1 where
He
it's
didn't
like
go looking for Daredevil, but Daredevil came to him and he got him. He caught him. He could have killed him.
yeah. I remember like in season 2 of Daredevil, like the first you see of Punisher is in the hospital
Yeah.
Like they keep mentioning him in that first episode,
Mhm.
and then there's the one like Irish mobster guy who Karen is like protecting in the hospital, right? Trying to get the story from.
Yeah, yeah. I got totally sucked into that show.
Season 2 is just so bad.
But season 2 was a downer compared to season
There's
1.
nothing going on.
Oh, I killed some money accidentally. I gotta quit.
Like as if, but like like that. It's just like it's hard to make a Punisher movie, I guess, because like he would just kill everybody and not care. You know.
Yeah.
There's a one thing I know from the comics where they're like trying to take over a country, and Nick Fury is like, why don't we put Hulk on one side and the Punisher on the other and let them meet in the middle? Like that's how they're gonna conquer the country. It's like an idea of how they could do it.
So, just funny that like he's placing bombs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like he places one at the door, then like he gets the opportunity to do it at like the lazy waiter thing.
Yeah.
Dumb waiter.
Yeah. And then when he goes down the
That was
steps,
funny in the dumb waiter. That was actually pretty cool.
I guess I feel like it's been done before though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like. I feel like he doesn't get caught immediately when he goes down the steps. I don't even remember what happens.
What do you mean when he goes down the steps?
Like he goes down the steps and like isn't there a guy where like he splatters blood across the wall?
He goes up the steps.
I forget.
So, puts the bomb in the thing in the dumbwaiter because they call for champagne, and then he kills a guy on the steps, and then it blows up, and then he goes upstairs.
Yeah. Okay. Forgot how powerful the bomb was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tore
Tore that room to shreds. Killing no
Yeah.
one, but the room.
Yeah,
A war
and then he
zone.
has the like shootout with the fucking bulletproof couch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember, like I'm fucking blanking on like how he fucking on the final scene
Shooting people, and
other
then
than fucking Howard Sink getting tied up to the car and his getting caught on fire and then it not being on fire in the next shot.
That's right. He was on fire, not
Yeah.
on fire.
Yeah.
Yelling the whole time.
Yeah, it was like the fucking guy who got trapped at Lowe's. Help me!
like I remember there was a part where he's like, "I made you kill your best friend and your wife, Mr. Saint,
And he throws the
and I
pictures
killed
down.
both your sons." Right, I killed your son.
Throws a picture down of him fucking the guy
guy
kissing.
Yeah. It's insanity.
Convoluted trap to you gotta keep this up or
Yeah.
you'll fucking explode.
Like Punisher wouldn't do this probably.
Yeah.
Fucking shoot him in the head. Yeah, I feel like Punisher almost has like the same issue as like Superman, where it's like people don't know how to make like a Superman movie
Yeah.
because he's almost like too powerful.
Well, we've had that conversation before. I mean, they're always going to come out with a more powerful character. When, to what end? You know?
I mean, I always go back to the
and
Stan
then
Lee
where
quote.
are they when the world needs them?
I always go back to the Stan Lee thing where he was like, he hates the idea of like who would win, like Spider-Man or fucking the Hulk or something. He's like, it's whoever we say wins because we write the comics. It's for your entertainment. Do you like Thomas Jane as Frank Castle?
Kind of.
He actually, he could have been a better movie, Frank Castle, I think, if it was a better movie. But there was just something about the hair that I just couldn't grab.
Something about his voice too. Just like I don't love.
See, maybe if we saw this before we saw the series, it would be different.
I mean, from what I've seen, John Bernthal's definitely my favorite live action one.
Yeah.
I just also think no one really knows how to write the Punisher for more than one season of a show. So
It's a tough character. He's just so brutal.
yeah.
I mean, how many biker gangs can he destroy himself?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with like
You know,
Punisher comics.
How many, jail scenes can you have of him,
That's why like the more modern Punisher stuff is just like actually fucking insane. Like he just like becomes Ghost Rider in space. I also think he's in like the more I don't remember if that's just I don't know if it's just like a piece of art that someone made or if it's like actually a comic series run rather where he's in the Midnight Suns, but Be like an interesting guy to be in the Midnight Suns. Just like oddly fits in with like the horror side of the MCU. Not sure why, but he does. You know?
Hmm.
Or not even the MCU, but just like Marvel. Just like weirdly fits with that.
Well, I feel like Ghost Rider is kind of like Punisher a bit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like doesn't he like kill people too?
He fucking stares at them and burns them
So
from their soul.
that's probably why.
Penance stare.
So this is like a story by a comic artist or something. But Don Daly, my old editor on The Punisher back in the DeFalco days at Marvel, had a drawer full of scripts labeled The Ultimate Punisher Story. He let me read a few of them one time. There were scripts by wannabe and amateurs, and a surprising number of top talents. There were varying degrees of competence and professionalism. The one thing they all had in common was that they were all the same story. In each story, the Punisher accidentally kills an innocent, a child, a nun, a cop. Frank Castle then quits being the Punisher and becomes a priest. In every story, every damned one, in some he quits being the Punisher forever, and in others he's dragged back into the vigilante game for some compelling reason. The other element that these scripts shared, other than the inciting incident, plot, and resolution, was that they got the core character of Frank Castle so entirely wrong that it was breathtaking. Unable to come up with a story for the Punisher, they decided to break the franchise and glue it back together into a new form that they could understand.
It's just weird.
Yeah. It is an obvious way to restart the character or something, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to like break the mold.
But that's like no one can figure out how to do anything else with this character.
But like somebody already did it, and it's fucking Punisher kills the Marvel Universe. Like
Mhm.
that's the smartest way to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking, and then he fucking blows his brains out at the end. It is a
Because
good
you can't take no more.
because he realizes that, well, no, because the last one he killed was
Daredevil?
Daredevil, yeah, and he was like, "There's one more superhero left to kill." So, good story, I guess.
All right, so that was us talking about Punisher. Movie sucks. Now,
Wait, you guys didn't
you
even
know,
give your ratings.
The movie doesn't suck. The movie's just not very well made. It just has low production value.
the difference.
Yeah, I'm not saying it sucks. I mean,
it's not good.
no. I mean,
It sucks.
Madam Web sucked.
This sucks too. It
Okay,
was
this was
Would you
just-
ever watch either of them again?
If this was on TV, I probably would get sucked into certain scenes. of it. There's
during
not a
the
damn
one
thing.
fucking scene
There's
would
not
be
a
the
damn
Russian
thing in
scene.
Madam Web I would want to watch again.
But like, there's both still bad. Like,
Yeah.
I'd only rewatch the Russian scene.
Okay, but see, you're willing to rewatch something, and there's stuff that you say, okay, this wasn't bad,
Well,
or I
okay.
enjoyed this. There's not
The
anything
Russian
like
scene
that
is
in-
actually good. I
Yeah,
see
I
what
feel
you're
like
saying.
I would
Like
rewatch
the-
parts of
But
Madam
there's
Web
nothing
for
in Madam
fucking,
Web.
like the
memes.
bad ADR. You know.
Well, that's for a different reason.
Yeah, but like, I'd still rewatch. I'd rewatch more portions of that movie.
If
I
you
guess.
ask me, the worst part of this movie, and I'm sorry, was John Travolta. He just overacted or just had bad choices of the scene.
You're forgetting about Mickey though.
No, see, Mickey was just Mickey. He was just there
Mr.
to be
Punisher.
an annoying person.
We're up 2-1, Mr. Whatever the fuck.
Last Thursday, Mr. Howard Saint.
Mr. Saint. He was at the Wyndham Hotel.
Oh my, like fucking imagine getting played like that.
Yeah.
By the fucking most obvious actor. What were you gonna laugh at?
And when Dad was saying he had bad, and so he's gonna say bad guy.
I don't know what else is there to talk about in this fucking shitty movie.
Just go on how we rate it.
Mine is a 2 out of 10.
I give it a fucking
Low
2,
two.
Mr. Punisher. It sucks. It's not good. There's like 1 or 2 redeeming factors throughout the entire
I'm
thing.
3 to 4 because if it had better, if somebody took time in the production of it, I think it could have been a better movie, and didn't take shortcuts in closing the story loopholes.
The writer said he
You know?
rewrote it after figuring out he had a $30 million budget instead of 64. So
Yeah, see, that's what happened. So
there's
now
supposed to
we
be a
know
whole
what
like
happened.
Vietnam opening scene.
See, I think that would have added to the film instead of this.
I feel like
silly
that would have
scene
been kind of weird.
that he was
to be
an
honest.
undercover FBI guy.
I don't
Yeah,
know, 'cause,
I
like,
hated
how
that.
I feel like it did play better into the movie that like for what they were going for, because like how like they would have had like 2 openings then, you know.
Or just gone with that he was.
But then how would they bring in the fucking mob people.
They
Why?
weren't really mobbed. That was the
I know.
problem.
I rated a 2 because I rated Madam Web a 1.
We just saw that it got confirmed Ironheart and Wonder Man are in the editing process.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Iron Man was saved.
Did I say Iron Man?
Ironheart.
Ironheart, yeah.
Ironheart saved. I
Yeah.
saw that. But, I mean,
Wonder Man, though, too.
you know,
It's gonna be like the
Wonder
first
Man
show
also.
that
Yeah.
I don't know anything about going in.
But a lot of stuff has been, you know, we're not even sure if this whole timeline and going into the movies that they said were going to happen are really going to happen. They say there still could be more cuts coming. And I think they're looking at ROI at this point and trying to say, look, we're putting out crap and let's not put out shit. We're going to change it and come up with better stuff. So we might see them change the whole line of what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kang is gone.
Well,
Yeah,
now I
they
just saw
renamed
I
Avengers
just saw
5.
something that said that Kang will probably be the main villain still,
Really.
but
But
they'll
we don't know who's going to play him.
like put another villain in as well. Yeah. So I have no idea.
Such a great character, and it's just sad that stupidity had to ruin it.
Sony is going to re-release all 8 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw that. Yeah, in
During
theaters
spring.
for like the anniversary or something, right?
I don't know. It's fucking
So
Spider Mondays.
we'll have to go see Spider-Man in theaters.
Wow. Spider Mondays, huh?
Venom 3 has officially been titled Venom: The Last Dance.
Yeah. Not sure what that means, but
Ryan Reynolds died.
fucking asshole. Time to dive into the Marvel Encyclopedia.
We're gonna go find a page.
Mark's turn. It's Mr. Mark's turn to go into the encyclopedia.
Okay, we're gonna see what we can find here. Piecemeal.
Okay, dude.
Huh?
Piecemeal.
First appearance. Hulk and Incredible Hulk.
Rats.
I almost said Hulk Incredible. You know, you don't want the lawyers to come.
Fucking bad Pat.
First appearance. Incredible Hulk, number 403, March 1993. Real name, unrevealed. This is real name. I can't even see it. The light was shining on it. Occupation, criminal. Base, Loch Ness, Scotland. Height, 7 feet 6 inches. Weight, 1,400 pounds. Holy crap. Eyes red, hair gray. Special powers and abilities. Possesses all the abilities of the criminal New World Order, including superhuman strength, the ability to fire energy blast, and razor-sharp claws. The man who would become Piecemeal was an operative for the Commission of the Superhuman Activity sent to spy on the Red Skull. The Skull captured him, intending to make him into a living symbol of his criminal organization, the New World Order. Imbued with properties of members of the Order and with memories of his previous life erased, Piecemeal became enthralled with being alive. He began using his powers to absorb the life experiences of others until the Hulk seemingly ended his menace.
Actual name.
I couldn't see it.
All right, thank you guys for watching Cape Critiquers. See you guys in the next one where we will be reviewing the Iron Giant. Also, we are going to be reviewing X-Men Origins Wolverine a bit closer to the release of Deadpool and Wolverine. Bye.
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 My own giant robot. I am now the luckiest kid in America. This is unbelievable. This is the greatest discovery since, I don't know, television or something.